According to a National Geographic article, approximately 15 billion trees are cut down each year. As more people need growth for living, agriculture, and industries, the land is often cleared or changed, chopping down trees, leading to some type of destruction to our environment. This faces with the challenge of balancing human needs and preserving land. Uh, Over 141 million acres of America's forests are located in our cities and towns. Also, according to a study about tree density published by Nature, the number of trees worldwide has decreased 46% since the start of civilization. Plants and animals are being affected by this because of this destruction in the city, which reduces the ability for trees to provide critical benefits of absorbing carbon, which diminishes the problems that we need for climate change. According to USDA.gov, the 2010 census reported about nearly 81% of Americans now live in urban centers, um, up to 79% just from 10 years earlier. Over the same time frame, urban populations grew by more than 12.1%, outpacing the national growth average, which was 9.7%. It is clear that we are becoming more of an urbanized nation. Urban forests help to filter out air and water, control stormwater, conserve energy, and provide animals habitat and shade. This also gives this city a certain beauty that it might possess, having that vivid urban design. According to an article on WWF Panda, it is estimated that in the 1990s, almost 70% of the forested areas were converted into agricultural land. It's a conflict between economic interest and environmental protection. The degradation of habitats and the increase of industrialization throws the ecosystem off balance, changing the life patterns of animals there. And as a whole, the cities often create high levels of pollution that contaminate wildlife habitats. According to population education.org, the agricultural land needed to support the food demand of cities is 36 times greater than the land occupied by the cities themselves. And I would say, start small and start going big using Brown's Bill to amend Cooperative Forestry Assistance Act of 1978 to provide states and communities with additional assistance to plant and maintain trees for other purposes. Congress finds that the presence of a healthy and well-maintained urban forest can support the physical and mental health of the community residents, and the regulation of air quality, the mitigation of urban heat island effect, the reduction of energy demand, and stormwater management provided by other benefits. According to research of the Forest Service, the estimated value of these benefits described further will exceed $18 billion. The maintenance and the management of urban forests offer additional opportunities relating to workforce development, such as job creation, enhancement of property values, and trees are just more than beautiful fixtures of any city neighborhood. They make hot summer days more bearable by providing shade, and trees release water vapor through the pores in their leaves, a process called evapotranspiration. And like human sweating, this cools the trees and the area surrounding the trees. Also, uneven forest canopies can have a cooling effect as they provide undulating surface that can bump heat and overpassing fronts upward and away. What's more is trees generate aerosols that can lower temperatures by reflecting sunlight and seeding clouds. Under the New Deal program, the grading system heavily disadvantaged people of color, immigrants, and low income families, making it harder to obtain funds for mortgages and to build, maintain parks or other tree covered urban spaces. Urban forest canopy cover is inequitably distributed among racial groups and income levels, exacerbating disparity and exposure, for example, to urban heat island effect and related health risks or financial burdens related to cooling. Additional analyses of cities in the United States found that communities primarily inhabited by United States born white populations contain more than twice the urban forest canopy cover of communities primarily inhabited by racial and ethnic minorities, and there were elevated land temperatures in formerly red line areas compared to their non-red line counterparts by an average of 2.6 degrees Celsius and up to 7 degrees Celsius, and to reduce disparities in the enjoyment of the social, environmental, and economic benefits of healthy and well-maintained urban forests and managing risk related to heat exposure and other urban stressors, the federal government should accelerate action to enhance the health and resilience of urban forests with investment in priority communities. And something additional while regarding redlining, on average, the study shows trees currently cover approximately 23% of formerly redlined neighborhoods and 43% of formerly greenline neighborhoods. 37 redlined city neighborhoods were included in this study. In a nutshell, the ranking system used to assess loan risk in the last century parallels the rank order of average percent tree canopy cover today, according to this study. Sarah Anderson, also an American Forest senior manager of tree equity, she said that our cities are not like tropical rainforests. That develop on their own. People design cities, and unfortunately, they did not factor in the needs of everybody when doing so. The design process was far from inclusive. Uh, she also said, just walk around low income neighborhoods where there are a lot of people of color, and the inequities According
According
to
to
the
staring you in the
UFMP,
face.
due to some
Often
locations
you'll
of the
see
trees,
fewer trees
street trees
and people
provide
surrounded by concrete.
specific benefits not provided by other trees. Benefits included traffic calming and extending the life of roadway pavement. Streets shaded by trees contribute to a sense of place, which can also contribute to increased community pride and property values.
Also, the palette of street potential street trees may be limited, which sometimes can lead to low species diversity. Low species diversity can pose a risk to the urban forest if one or more common species develop a serious problem. The street
Street
tree
trees are
assessment should
often
look at both
located in very
species
constrained locations.
diversity and the overall
Pavement and utility
performance of
lines
various
may
species in
limit
use.
growing space. Other management issues that may be important for street trees. Street trees are commonly subject to damage by vehicles and street construction activities. Conflicts with utilities and hardscape, especially sidewalks, curbs, gutters, and other built infrastructure, are common. Branch, trunk, and root failures commonly have a high potential to cause property damage and or injury. Many urban trees fall into the facility tree category also. There are trees around buildings and other built facilities that are not adjacent to streets. Most trees in sites such as office, or campuses are facility trees. In city or countries, facility trees are around public buildings. Shade provided by trees near buildings can greatly reduce summer cooling costs. Facility trees are modified by the visual impact of structures. Planting beds may have inadequate drainage or irrigation. Competition from other landscape plants may be excessive also. Reflected heat or excessive shading from structures may affect tree growth and health. Our vision for the future of cities is to create a healthy and sustainable urban forest that is properly managed and cared for, benefiting our citizens with improved economic and environmental well being, increased public safety, and enabling our employees to provide cost for effective maintenance. Our urban forests will have a large variety of trees consisting of various size, ages, and species. Congress budgetary resources will also fund this bill, but there are also other funds such as like gas tax, citywide assessment district, fines for ordinance violations, tree removal permit, mitigation fees, general fund, grants, community groups, corporate local business sponsorships, and partnerships with utilities. And this will also begin in the start of the next 2 years. Thank you.